Welcome to 318 Legends, where we have conversations with local athletes from the 318 area code who have gone on to the next level in sports. And today, our guest is a 2013 graduate of West Monroe High School, where she played softball. And then she was a four-time all-conference softball player at the University of Louisiana-Lafayette and an academic All-American her senior year. And she was a part of the University of Louisiana-Lafayette softball team that made it to the College World Series. Today, our guest is Hayden. Haley, how are we doing today?
I am good. How are y'all?
We
Great.
are doing good. Tell us a little bit about yourself for anyone watching that doesn't know who you are.
So obviously born and raised in West Monroe, graduated or played softball from the time I guess I could hold a bat, throw a ball. Graduated in 2013, went on to UL, played a little college softball there, and then went to New Orleans, got a PA degree, my master's degree down there, and then moved back home and started working.
Awesome. So, of course, you grew up in West Monroe. You played softball at West Monroe High School. Just some of your favorite memories. Right now the big thing is baseball, and I feel like baseball overshadowed a lot, even when I was growing up at West Monroe High School. But being part of the softball program at West Monroe High School, what are some of your favorite memories during your time?
I think just playing with some of the girls there. I mean, there's still the relationships and friendships that you make um, on the field, off the field. There's still a lot of girls that I played with in high school that I still talk to and hang out to till this day. So I think that when I think back to high school softball, that's what really pops out to me is just those friendships and relationships that were built way back then.
So obviously recruiting hits people at different points of their life. So some people get recruited freshman year or late senior year. So when did at what point did you realize you could play college and kind of start getting recruited?
So, like I kind of said earlier, I grew up ever since I could hold a bat, I think playing softball. So, from a super young age, I knew that I wanted to go play college. Um, that's all. I'd watched them anytime the USA team would come close, I'd go watch them. But I guess it wasn't really until officially the recruiting process started for me, maybe my freshman or sophomore year. I forget the dates, but I remember UL being kind of one of the first ones to really kind of reach out to me, one of the bigger schools for sure. So that started kind of early on in high school, and then just throughout the recruiting process, fell in love with them, and it was kind of a no-brainer whenever it did come down to deciding where to go.
So, what was recruiting like? Any other schools that reached out, any other ones that made big offers? Of course, there's no NIL back then as there is nowadays.
Yeah.
I think everybody wishes there was back then, but what was recruiting like as a softball player in North Louisiana? Because we're gonna have girls that watch this that maybe are getting recruited or want to get recruited. So for you and your process, what was it like? And then eventually, why ULL?
So I think a lot has changed since I was in high school. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but I mean, my sister, obviously, she's down at UL now, and we're 7 years apart, and her process was completely different than mine. When I was down there, or when I was in high school, it was a lot about the player going to camps and reaching out to coaches and sending them emails to the point of you just want your name and your emails in front of them. So if they do come to one of the bigger recruiting tournaments, you can be on their radar. But it was a lot of back then me trying to put myself in front of those coaches. And it kind of makes it easier for the college coaches too, whenever you go to their camps and you're right there in front of them. But then, like I said, my sister, travel ball is a lot bigger than it was when I played for, I think my dad's best friend, that was my travel ball coach, her dad. And now it is a lot bigger. You're going to major tournaments, far off, and a lot of college coaches just they're all there. You're in front of them, so it's good in that way. But I don't remember traveling like some of the girls do nowadays. Um, but I guess as far as whenever I really decided UL was the one, like I said, they were kind of one of the first ones to reach out to me. They had just come off of in 2008 going to the World Series, so it's an in-state college. You know, at that point too, you're looking at academics. And just them being close to home, the family atmosphere down there. The fans were the best part of that program. They really did care, and you know, they were kind of like a second family, a home away from home. So I think the fan aspect, them being a top 10 contender, just coming off the World Series, it was kind of a no-brainer to go there. There were other schools that I was interested in, and you know, keep your options open for sure. Um, but it really wasn't that difficult of a choice for me to pick UL.
So obviously you made it to the College World Series if you one time, and then obviously you made a few more regionals after that. So what was like your favorite college memory throughout your 4 years?
So my freshman year, we hosted conference tournament regionals and super regional. Looking back, that's crazy to say that we even did that, but at the time I was a freshman and I was like, oh yeah, we're supposed to do this. This is great. But my freshman year, we hosted super regionals. Arizona came to us, and at the time, Mike Condrea was their coach, and he's like, anybody that knows anything about softball, he's like a softball legend. He coached all these USA teams. Arizona, you know, growing up when I was watching softball, they were the team. They were the Pac-12, countless national championships. And when they came to us, that in itself was just crazy that they were coming to our field and we were hosting them. But it was when we beat them on the day to go to the World Series, it was just one of the best days I could ever remember, because I was thinking back to a year ago, I was competing, trying to get to a state title in Louisiana. And here I am growing up, watching the College World Series, and now I'm finally going. It really was a dream come true.
So going to the College World Series as a freshman, was it, you know, and you can expand on just the question, but was it everything you dreamed it would be? Was it everything you'd imagined? Was it greater than you imagined? You know, when you're going up to bat, I think, you know, y'all play, I'm trying to think, y'all played Alabama, did y'all?
We played
But like,
Kentucky and then
okay.
OU.
OU, okay. I remember it was like a crimson red kind of school. But like
Yeah.
even going up to bat as a freshman, you know, like was there nerves? Just the whole experience. What was it like for you as a freshman?
So I think looking back, I feel like it didn't really set in that we went to the World Series until I guess like a few days or a few weeks after. And I was like, wow, we really went. Because it really was kind of like such a whirlwind. I mean, we finished a super regional on a Saturday or Sunday, Friday, one of those days, and we flew out to Oklahoma City on that Tuesday or Wednesday. So it was very fast. And then they have the banquets and all of that stuff. And you know, you're just like I said, I grew up watching softball, and you see OU there at the time. Lauren Chamberlain was on the team or on their team. And you're at the Player of the Year banquets, and when they announced that, and it was just, I definitely was very present for it. Um, it went by very, very fast whenever I look back on it now, but it was actually very calming too. You would think, you know, that'd be the most nerve-wracking experience, you know, as a freshman going there playing in the College World Series. But I think I'd been there for so many times to watch that stadium, so I'd been there. Um, and it really, I don't know, I really just felt like a kid living out their dream. There wasn't really many nerves. I was just there having fun. But looking back, I'm like, wow, we really did that. I didn't realize at the time like how much weight that it really did hold. And then, you know, as a freshman, you're like, oh, this was easy. We got here freshman year. Let's go back the next 3 years. But that's not the case.
Yeah, I got you. So obviously you told us earlier that your sister is now playing there. So what is it like knowing that your sister kind of like followed in your footsteps to ULL is now playing there?
I think it's fun to, you know, go down there. I support her. We talk all day, every day, especially whenever in season, you know, and I watch her if I can't go down there. Um, I think it's great. I get to still quote live through her and go down there and support her and still be around fans that watched me play. Um, but she, you know, during her recruiting process, she was getting recruited heavily by a lot of big schools. And um, I think it is kind of easy for people to say she kind of followed in my footsteps, but I do think, you know, it is a new coach. It's a whole new different program. She had a lot of options coming out of high school. And I think, you know, that just kind of felt right. I don't think me going there had too much to do to do with her, because she had her own journey, her own recruiting process, but I never pushed her. I would have supported anything that she would have done. Um, but I was very excited whenever she ended up choosing UL because, like I said, I get to go down there. I get to support her. It's not too far from home, and still get to see the people that watched me play.
Yeah, and they're pretty early in their season, right? They just played Texas a few nights ago, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. They
what
played.
what what
Tech,
I was gonna say, what year is your sister in at ULL?
she's a junior.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's gotta be pretty cool
Hmm.
though. Even if she didn't go because of you, or even if she didn't go because, the same coach was there and, whatever. It's just gotta be cool knowing that one, you and your sister both have made it collegiately at the next level. That just doesn't happen a lot, but also to be playing at the same
Hmm.
place and to have jerseys with the same last name on it, when y'all get older one day and look back on that, it's gotta be pretty cool. Um, so
Yeah.
well, we're rooting for her. I know her season's going on. We'd love to have her on, maybe after the season, get some of her story as well. And so we just want to say thank you for being on. And as we begin to wrap up, is there anything going on in your life that you want to plug? Do you help out in the area with or anything?
Yeah, so I do now that I'm a working girl, it's kind of tough to do as many lessons as I used to do. But I still work with some kids around here with hitting, fielding, really kind of it keeps me in the game. I love the game. So it kind of still keeps me around and watching Maddie too. That makes me still feel like I'm, a little bit a part of the game. But yeah, just enjoying it. I love working with little kids and, trying to help them get to their goals. And, sometimes I look back and I'm like, that would have been awesome to have someone, that had gone to the next level and kind of knows the process and knows how to go about things in that way. I would have picked their brain and asked them a million questions. So I just hope that I can be a resource for any and everyone, the girls that I do work with, the girls that are trying to get to the next level. Maybe they don't know me, but, feel free if anyone's ever listening to this, reach out. I would love to help anyone.
Yeah, that's awesome. We love the idea of for the show for people to get the insights is by this point of this episode releasing, John Diarsis has already been out for a few weeks, but he's a high school coach and his experience of being at the next level, he can help guide kids. And same thing with Jacob Pearson as he got drafted out of high school, and then same for you. All these people that we interview, like use your knowledge to help the next generation when it comes to recruiting. And I know recruiting is way different nowadays with NIL and being able to get paid, but still the idea of like there's still basic parts of recruiting. Like you need to think about education. You need to think about lifestyle. That was one of the things John Diar's dad, he wanted to go to Oregon, and his dad was like, hey, remember, you got to be there all the time. So when it's cold and you hate the cold, it's gonna be cold up in Oregon. So yeah, just to continue to use that knowledge for the next generation is very powerful. So we thank you for that, and we thank you for being a good representation down at UL for the 318 area code. And so we're excited that you have that experience, and hopefully wish well to your sister as she's still down there. So as we wrap up, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe or comment down below anyone that you want to see next, or go to our Facebook page, 318 Legends on Facebook. Let us know any people that you know of that we would love to have on the show. But for Lucas and Holden and Haley, we just want to say thank you for watching, and we hope that you have a great day, and peace out.
See you.